Good morning, everyone. And Gary Ryan here for the Fed League Flash for your Saturday Summaries, December 16th. 5 games last night and one with a big boo-boo, uh, a.k.a. wrong goalie recorded again. So, yeah, yeah, I'm going to be in Binghamton tonight for the game. And so for the other 4 games, I'm going to have to rely on the stats, which we know are regularly incorrect. So if I have some wrong information in tomorrow's video, that is why. All right, so yes, it was Liam Murray starting for the Danbury Hat Tricks, not Connor McCollum. All right, so Binghamton once again takes the game from Danbury. Binghamton's got Danbury's number this year. It's just that simple, apparently. All right, first period. Binghamton scores first. It's Dakota Bond. After a few of his teammates and a few of the hat tricks are all sitting in the penalty box. It was not a power play goal, even though that's the way it was recorded on the Fed site. That was at 9:02. First period, pretty evenly matched. Same in the second. We had Thomas Ray scoring to make it 2-0. Binghamton had a clear advantage in shots through 29-16, but the game was pretty even overall. As if Binghamton happened to be able to get a couple lucky bounces and cash in on our chances. Third period, Brendan Zinchenko finally manages to break up Connor McAnanima's bid for shutout. That's a 14-14. Donald Olivieri retaliates for the Black Bears just 21 seconds later. It's a 2-goal advantage again. Dakota Bond scores again, but this time it is on the power play. And then in the waning moments with the extra attacker, Daniel McKittrick scored. This game featured a lot of the typical Binghamton Danbury ugliness, and several players were ejected. There will be 2 players that will be suspended today. Chase Harwell for the hat tricks for an aggressor penalty, and Nikita Ivashkin for the Black Bears for making an obscene/lewd gesture. So, yeah, both teams will be down a player tonight. In this game, Liam Murray saved 35 of 39. McAnanima stops 19-21 to get the win. And that was that. So Binghamton improves to 13-2-3. The Danbury Hat Tricks now 8-8-2. On we go to Watertown, and what a game this was. It was kind of like 3 games in one. Elmira dominated the first game. Yeah, they scored once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times in the opening 27 minutes of play. Stephen Klinck collecting 3 of those goals. And so you think, well, 5-0, the game's over, right? Not so fast. Watertown storms back with the next 4 goals within a approximately 11 and a half minute span. It's Tate Leeson, it's Gemzadov, it's Leeson again, Leeson gets a hat trick. So yeah, Klink's got a hat trick, Leeson's got a hat trick. So at the end of 2, it's 5-4. Both starting goaltenders were replaced. Bouchard was replaced after giving up the first 3 goals. Brendan Collette looks like he may have been injured with about 22 seconds left in the second period, and so Sam Bernard comes in. So the other 2 goaltenders finish out the game. In the third, Stephen Klinck scores twice again, and Trevor Lord gets a goal. So final score 8-5. Shots galore. Defense is optional. All that kind of good Fed stuff. So yeah, Klinck with 5 goals. Incredible. Austin Pickford from the blue line ended up having 3 helpers for the River Sharks. Sam Bernard ends up with the win. Leeson scores his 3 goals. Lord scores a goal and 3 assists. This is a Lord and Leeson show again. And Liskovitz stops 31 of 35 in just over 48 minutes played. Elmira has won 3 of the 4 contests between these two teams. And Elmira is now 5-9-0. Watertown 6-7-1. For the next game, Carolina. Whew, what a game this was! This game was a nail biter. Carolina escapes the Motor City with a 3-2 win, but boy, it was not easy. First period, Scott Koash scores, and then TJ Sneath, who just joined the Rockers last week, he scores again. So it's 2-0 Motor City. Unfortunately, we've seen this story before. Motor City jumps out to an early lead, and then it all comes crashing down. Jacob Schnapp scores midway through the second, and just about 2.5 minutes later, Jan Salak adds a goal to tie things up. It's back and forth. Both teams are playing pretty careful in the third. Unfortunately, Motor City was without Scott Koash. He ended up getting hurt midway through the second and did not return. So, and that's a big thing when you're leading scorers out. Somebody else has to pick up that slack. Both teams had great opportunities, just couldn't convert until right at the last minute, literally. Jacob Schnapp steals a puck on a breakaway. Just an absolute beauty of a wrister, beats Trevor Babin in this game that featured the 2 best goalies in the league. And Schnapp, yeah, he's deceptively good. He's a tough guy, yes, but he's got some skills. And so Schnapp wins the game for the Thunderbirds. It's 3-2. Panicek had 2 assists. Last year, John Butita ended up having tons and tons of assists for Thunderbirds. Well, this year, Panicek decided to take on that role. And he's, I believe now he has 21 assists on the year. Gonna have to double check that. Mario Cavalier stops 20 of 22. The goals by Koash and Sneath. Babin stops 30 of 33. And a good game. 3-2 Carolina. And so, yeah, they keep charging on. 13-3 now. Motor City, 5-game losing streak. And it's tough in a game like this because you can't, look at this game and go, that's where we lost the game. They played a sound game. One defensive breakdown, Schnapp breaks through, and that turns the whole game. Motor City's got some questions to try and find answers to, as they've lost 5 straight now, 9-5-3. All right, down south we go. The Columbus River Dragons, initially in a dogfight with the Mississippi Seawolves, as both teams fight to gain the upper hand. Starts off early enough with the River Dragons, Justin McDonald scoring in the first 2 minutes. And Mississippi storms back, goals by Hugo Koch and who else? Yanni Lariakos. It's 2-1 at the end of 1. In the second, Columbus ends up tying things up. Goals by Jemayev. Another goal by Lariakos, so it's 3-2 Mississippi, and then the wheels came off. Kyle Moore ends up scoring for the River Dragons, and so 3-3 at the end of 2, and third period was just all Columbus. Goals by Austin Doe, Alex Storjahan, Nolan Slucheta, and Cody Wickline. The first 3 goals, Doe, Storjahan, and Slucheta, that was all within 2 minutes 40 seconds. 1 minute 40 seconds. So yeah, just Columbus just poured it on, and poor Theodosio, he was kind of left out to dry. Taylor Joseph ends up picking up the win, saving 25-28. 2 goals on the night for Jemayev. And I forget. Yeah. So some goal got changed here actually at the end. Now that I look at it, there was a change in scoring, and I did not update my information. Okay, that's on me. But I'm not an official page either. Larry Akos, 2 goals and an assist. Sam Turner, he had 3 assists. Believe it was his birthday, so happy birthday, Sam. Yeah, Deloisio only 41 out of 48, and again, just when you don't have a defense or a team committed to playing defense in front of you, it's going to be tough. So Columbus improves to 12-1-2. Mississippi now they've lost a couple straight, 7-10-1. And they're traveling. They're at home tonight, taking on Baton Rouge, who, speaking of Baton Rouge, ended up being one of only 2 teams so far this year to get skunked. Connor Green had himself a game for the Blue Ridge Bobcats, and not a lot of good offensive chances, but the few that come across, Blue Ridge capitalizes on and escapes with a 2-0 win. Great crowd, 54-84. Way to go, Baton Rouge. You just put yourself back over the prorated 100,000 threshold. So good on you. That was awesome. Awesome to see an arena that full. So anyway, all the scoring in the second period, it's Jacob Wolf at 409. Jakub Wolf, I'm sorry. And then Sava Smirnov passes the whiskey or the vodka. He ends up getting a tally at the 17-10 mark. That was all that Blue Ridge needed. And only other thing of note in this game was Taylor Cutting getting himself a game misconduct in the first period. But anyway, in goal, Connor Green ends up saving all 35 shots he saved. That is only the second shutout of the year. Spencer Kozlowski, who currently is unemployed, has the other one. William Lavalier for the Bobcats, for the Zydeco, came in on a 4-game tryout. He's got a little bit of ECHL experience. He played very well, stopping 25 of 27 in 58-40. It just wasn't enough. Zydeco just wasn't able to generate any offense last night. So, not many games you see like that in the Fed, 2-0 games, something like that. So, Blue Ridge now 5-10-2. Baton Rouge falls to 5-12-1. This was the last home game for quite a while for the Zydeco. They're on the road essentially until February 29th. Yeah, literally. And their next 8 games are against Mississippi. So, all right. So that is the night. We've got 5 games tonight. Again, I am hoping that the league figures their bleep out because it's just ridiculous how many statistical errors are coming across. And it's maddening. I mean, nobody expects perfection, but when you make errors every single week... All right, so there's that. I don't have any feedback yet on the Unsportsmanlike podcast. I plan to listen to that later today as I get ready to head up to Binghamton. So initial feedback I have gotten on it has been quite polarizingly mixed. Some like it, some really don't. So, for an official podcast for the league, that's kind of interesting. So, there you go. Okay, so tomorrow, again, we will have our weekend wrap-up, and hope you enjoy your Saturday. Gary Ryan here for the Fed League Flash. Tonight, I will have a couple of Facebook Live videos. I'm going to have at least one. I'm hoping to have 2 from the arena in Binghamton. Have a great day, everybody. We'll talk to you later.